Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to another beautiful day here on Valhelsia 5. Today we're going to be looking at doing a few random things as well as the long-awaited and earned day of 1,000 ores. So I think we've got the 1,000 in here. Yeah, we want to start with the iron. I think that should be fine. And you can count it up. We'll leave it on here. Actually, we'll also grab the screeny for there, since I'm going to do that for the screenshot. And we just need to pull one out to get it started. But before I actually start it, let's get some of these source berries planted. So I've got the gardens all totally regrown. The 2 source jars there are pretty full. I've got cows all set up there. We'll go and get those started pretty much right away as well. So So 50 source berries. Huge garden down there ready to go. And the one thing that I got to do up here is now let's close that before I break it open. Got these all opened up. I've got another Vitalik source link down here with another relay set up to just pull it along the chain there. And once I let these cows out, they should start eating from this feeding trough. That's from cork. It's not too hard, just a couple of fence gates and some planks. And I actually even mixed and matched. I used dark oak and just a couple of these spare regular oak fence gates to make this guy. So it doesn't even have to be all one kind of wood, and it worked out fine. Why is brake not working? Too many cows in the way. There we go. They'll start breeding up and creating source, and let's get this thing going. Shouldn't take too long for this to... What's wrong? What happened there? It's not working like it did before. Let me try. That, maybe? Maybe that's what was wrong. Just need one of these, please. Let's try putting it down on top of the torch, maybe. Ha! Be right back. Alright, I don't know what I've done wrong here, but I will obviously work on that between episodes and maybe even just do it manually if I have to. But at any rate, let's move on to some rapid fire quick things that I wanted to touch on in this episode, because I was just going to start that up and let it run, but I guess we'll be doing that some other time. I had this chunk loader in a minecart, which I wanted to help use with my ender pouch and ender chest setup here, but it actually seems like it takes some fuel or something, because looking at this here, the interface and everything after I got it all put together says 0 minutes left, so I assume this only runs on some kind of a timer. And the fuel looks like this is nether quartz, looks like emerald, pretty sure that's diamond, pretty sure that's a nether star. I don't have any nether star to test it out, but let's try. So a piece of quartz gave us 1 minute, an emerald gave us 5, and a piece of diamond gave us 60 minutes. And looks like that bar can take a lot of time, so I wonder how much another star will get us. Probably 600 minutes maybe, and fill up the whole thing totally. But at the very least, once I turn that on, it would keep that area chunk loaded. We can always test that, right? We can always test that. Let's go over here, because I actually do want some acacia, which I forgot to get before. There we go. So grab a couple of saplings when these come down. And let's see if this works now. Yes, it's actually working because the chunk loader, because these are disappearing. So good to see that we got that worked out, finally figured out. Back to the base. And I'm just going to turn this off so we're not wasting the time on it while I don't need it. So that's that. There was not too hard to make. I think I went over making that in one of the previous episodes, but it's some crying obsidian, some glass, a minecart. I don't even know if we need the rails on there or not, but I'll leave them there. I just did it for fun because I wanted to see if movement charged it up in any way, but it doesn't. You need to actually put the resources in to get anything out of it. The next thing that we're going to touch on are these heat pipes. They're made with compressed iron blocks and thermal lagging. The thermal lagging is super easy. It's just woolen glass. But the block of compressed iron is compressed iron ingots. I've found a ton of this, almost a full stack, just running around doing adventuring and finding them in the chests in the towns, especially the Pneumaticraft buildings. You can find a little bit more of this in there, but if you need to make it, you actually need to get some TNT. Let's see, do I have iron in this one? No iron in here. I know I've got some TNT that I found from various loot chests around, but I don't know where I've left it. Anyways, you put some iron down on the ground. You do get, let's see, I think JEI's got the recipe for it, right? Explosion crafting. So one iron, throw some of the input material on the ground, set up an explosion next to it, and you get about 20% loss. So just note that you're going to throw in probably, a lot more than you need to get out of it to get started into this. Also, the normal way you do it is once you've got some of this to construct yourself a pressure chamber, then you just put it into the pressure chamber, and it takes 2 bars of pressure to turn 1 iron ingot into a compressed iron ingot. So definitely get into the Pneumaticraft book if you want to learn more about that, but the basic way is if you didn't find any of it in chests, then you do that there. The neat thing about these heat pipes is that you can fuel furnaces with them. So let's get all 5 of these guys down, and just with a campfire, and I don't know if one campfire will be able to do multiple furnaces or not, but that's what I'm here to test. I don't really care which way these face. So let's grab something that can be smelted. Obviously we can't do that in there. A couple of these though, just to test. No, doesn't work. So we do need, even though they look connected, I think that maybe they fixed this. Used to be before, what's in 1.16, you used to be able to do this for sure, and this would work. Oh, this is still heating up. Aha. We'll come back to this after it finishes heating up. And then the next thing, or the final thing that I wanted to get into was looking at this mechanical squeezer, because this is going to be the next best way to get ores, the bang for your buck out of your ores that don't go through the fortune system, which isn't working right now. So when I get that working back in there, but a lot of the fluorites, uraniums, I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with the diamond later. The zinc and the I think it's the arcane crystal can be put through that. No, it can't. Because some of these ores that don't go into that don't work with the fortune, or sorry, don't work with the purification chamber, right? So if I look at the use on this, this goes to fluorite. This is best done in the fluorite's best done in the enrichment chamber. Same with the lapis, same with the redstone, and the arcane crystal ore, I believe, as well, is best done in the enrichment chamber. Actually, no, that one can't be done in the enrichment chamber. Just cooking up the arcane crystals in there is the way. Yeah, there's no way to double up on the arcane crystals. And it's raining and I have phantoms, so let's get rid of that and I'll be back when that's... And that's better. Sunny and burning phantoms makes me happy. Let's see, this is, I think once this gets up to 100, it will start working. But I'm just going to get something in each of these to see if it will cook all the way down the line. Because see, all of these are heating up with just the one. Obviously, they would probably heat up faster if we had multiple campfires under there. But I'm not super worried about getting that in there. So anyways, back to the mechanical squeezer. So getting into integrated dynamics isn't too hard. We just need to have found some of these mineral logs and chop down some of the mineral trees. So, and then we'll grab a squeezer, block of iron, regular iron, couple of planks, and some sticks. And we'll also need the drying basin. Does need some black dye, so you might have to kill a couple of squids there to get into it. 4 logs, couple of pieces of iron. And we'll need a button as well for the initial setup to start getting going to get to the mechanical one. But when we put down the squeezer, there's a couple of channels on either side of it. You want to have your basin on the side with the channels. It won't work if you have your basin over on this side. And we'll need a button down anywhere or another redstone, a way to provide a redstone signal so you can flip a lever. You could also probably do a redstone clock if you wanted to semi-automate it, but it'll be automated once we get the mechanical squeezer anyways. We just put our mineral log in there and we're going to jump on it. Oh, needs one more. Once you've squeezed that log down, the mineral goes into the drying basin. Takes 15 seconds or so for that to dry up. No, even less than that, about 10 seconds to dry up into a block of crystallized mineral. You can break it down into the mineral chunks if you want, or if you have a whole bunch of mineral chunks from chopping down tons of mineral trees, you can make the crystallized mineral that way. But the mechanical squeezer takes a couple of these batteries, the regular squeezer and an obsidian, and the batteries, we need quite a bit of this crystallized mineral, so that's why I was showing that process there to get yourself a couple of batteries to get in there, as well as if you wanted, say, the furnace from integrated dynamics, it would just be made with one of these batteries and a vanilla furnace to get there. So these should be up to heat by now, and we've got a charcoal. So it's trying to transmit down the line, but it's failing. Aha! All right, so let's see if we take anything off that might be using up some of the heat. So little by little, it's progressing across. And it didn't seem to heat up properly because I think there's probably some heat loss in there is what's going on. So yeah, little by little figuring that out. I've not abused this too much in the past, and then so I'm not 100% sure on it. I just know that that exists in the game. There, see, right underneath the campfire. So one campfire for each of them. Then you've got absolutely free. Well, it's technically free. Because these heat pipes will actually put out the campfire after a certain amount of time or a certain amount of items smelted. I'm not sure exactly what the restrictions are and how it all exactly works. I know I've seen it on other people's channels. We're just trying to pass along that to you folks out there. And then the last thing we're going to start dipping our toes in today is immersive engineering. So in immersive engineering, you're probably first going to get started off going into the coke oven. So we'll need to make these coke bricks, which will take some sandstone, some regular bricks, and some clay balls, and you'll get 3 coke bricks out of it. We'll need to make 9 recipes of this because we need 27 to make a 3x3x3 structure. So I've got materials in my inventory here to get started on that. I just forgot to grab the sandstone, which I've got right there. $24. Oh, I didn't make enough bricks. I thought I had enough bricks, but I didn't. At any rate, we're going to throw these down in a 3x3x3. Like so. And then we need the engineer's hammer from the mod as well. So let me throw it on a pause and we'll get those other things together. Alright, now that we've got it, the engineer's hammer is made pretty simply. A couple iron sticks and string. The one recipe that I was missing. And this will make the coke oven, which if you just put in, you can put in wood into that to make charcoal. Let's just have a look at, see if that is still in here. I haven't played with Immersive since like 1.12, so I'm kind of fumbling around here myself, but yes, that still works. You put a spruce log in here. This is slow as molasses in January, so this is something that if you wanted to get into it, you want to start doing this pretty early. But if you also, oh, you can't put charcoal. That's right. If you put coal in there, this will turn into coal coke, which I think I talked about in one of the previous episodes as well. But it's just will be a better form of fuel for doing things, and it will be needed if you're going to be doing your steel through immersive engineering, because you'll need to then make the blast furnace after that, which is the same thing. It'll be a 3x3x3 structure made of blast brick. The recipe is a little bit trickier because you'll need to get nether resources. You'll need nether bricks, which you can get just by cooking down netherrack, some of the more regular bricks, and then some magma blocks, which you'll need to get. You don't have to go to the nether to get magma blocks because of the ruined nether portals now in vanilla. And actually, yeah, you can just get netherrack from those ruined nether portals as well. So you don't actually have to go to the nether to get this. It's a little bit easier to collect there, obviously, but you'll need to get quite a bit of netherrack to get. So one netherrack goes into one of those, and you need 9 times 4, so that'll be the 36 pieces of netherrack to get into the blast bricks. And then you'll put a piece of iron in similarly to this recipe here with a piece of this coal coke, and then that will eventually turn into steel from there. Now, the one reason that we do need to make this coke oven to get into immersive engineering is because we're going to need this creosote oil. Obviously each recipe there gave us a half a bucket, so if I did another recipe, let's say that there, to get another one in there, once we have a full bucket of creosote oil, and it's not going to show us that there as it is. So the uses on the creosote oil is to get the treated wood planks, which you can then turn into the storage crates if you want, but it also does have a whole bunch of uses, please, in doing the crafting inside the mod itself. So if we wanted to get a windmill, then we'll need it to make windmill blades. Same thing if you wanted to do a water wheel setup. You need the treated wood planks to do the water wheel setups. A lot of the other machines are going to need treated planks. So one way or the other, you do need to get your creosote, and this is the way to get it. So, and the wood only gives us 250. So I can't even pull out a bucket here just yet on camera. The derps are flowing well and good today, that's for sure. But yeah, a couple of neat things just to show off to you, a couple of quick hits for some of the mods to get into them, which I will be moving forward, we'll be starting into getting these mods integrated together and doing multiple things. Now, looking in the background here, there was one thing that I wanted to touch on. My friends Jangro and Snedglow had just featured, because they're doing also playthroughs in Valhelsia 5, getting to Forbidden in Arcanus. And they're both like at the starting of Forbidden in Arcanus, you have to go and find these plants, which are super rare. They're way high up in the sky and are a pain in the butt to get, and then you only get one of these dust specks from them. You got to wait till you get 9 of these dust specks to get the arcane crystal dust before you can get the Mundabeer dust. I think they both kind of missed that there is a really easy recipe for getting the arcane crystal dust, and that's just taking the arcane crystal and putting it into the furnace. So there you go. Don't go running all over the world looking for these stupid things in the sky. To get the yellow flowers, though, I think you do have to go into a proper flower forest, because I ran all around this. I saw Snedglow find the yellow flowers in a coniferous forest, which this is a big, huge one here. I ran all around this bad boy, and I didn't see any of the yellow flowers in this one over here. Was that it? No, it was this one. So yeah, I ran all around this area here, looking out. You know, if I saw a speck of yellow there, I went and checked it out, didn't see it. I haven't seen a flower forest in my world here yet, so it'll be taking a little bit of looking around. I'll probably search this one here, this black area here for it, but like I've mentioned earlier, I'm still, with the pack still in development, I'm holding off on doing a lot of exploring just yet, because if they add in world gen things, like if they add in Botania, do you really want to have to run out 1,000 more blocks to go and find your Botania flowers? And so on and so forth with the other mods that have world gen things in it, such as these neat little air shrines that we got in the last patch. Anyways, that's it for me today. I appreciate you checking out the video, and we will see you in the next one.